Hello. It's still pretty cold here in Appalachian Mountains of Tennessee. I'm just letting you know. Definitely in the lower part of it, but done. So I'm kind of layering up. Anyways, wanted to let you guys know that I did have another dream, and it was another message for myself, not for anybody else, but for me. And in this dream, I took a road trip back to Colorado. And the reason why I say back to Colorado is because that's the state I lived in before coming to Tennessee. High school years, college, that stuff. Out that way. And in my dream, one of my friends from that state that I've been known for since like 2013. He swears we've known each other longer than that. And it must feel like that for him, but it's a male friend. And at the end of my dream, he had a girlfriend. So him and his girlfriend came and got me. And yes, I do drive, but due to the fact that it is a long drive, they came and got me, and we just did one drive and in a vehicle where I could keep my leg up and all that stuff because I do have a medical condition. So in my dream was like fitting for everything that could go wrong. So we make it to Colorado, and for some reason, the house that I owned in Colorado, I was able to walk into it, and now I've gone by and seen that new people live there, and they have remodeled it before the sale of the house, and then the new people have remodeled it since then too. Also put some things in there, because it's been over 10 years since I've lived in Colorado. So, and the reason how I know is because I drove by and I knocked on them and I seen them doing stuff in the yard area, in the backyard, and was like, wow, that's cool. And I could see that one of the upgrades that I put into the house became something that was actually beneficial for the people who bought the house, and that was putting a gate up there that was meant for like RV parking, so you can open it up to pull through an RV through, so it was big enough for that. And so it was nice to kind of see that back in the a few years back when I was back in Colorado. Last time I was out there, which was in 2021. And so I just got for some reason I walked in my house, and well, I call it still my house, my Colorado home at the time, and it was just so familiar. I felt comfortable. There, it seemed like there was furniture in the house, and that does mean things too in dreams, and how you feel in the dream also makes things. So I was very comfortable. My friends came in. It was just like, wow. It was like a almost like a open house experience, but in a dream form. So even though the house isn't actually for sale or up for that, it was up. So we got, I got in there and I walked around and I saw the way where there was carpet upstairs, and now there's hardwood floors and all that stuff. And I have had dreams about this house that had things happen and stuff to it before. So I'm thinking whoever's owning it now is doing some work again. And I think they're pulling up the tiles in the kitchen, and they're going to put like something else down. So I thought that was kind of cool. And not believe me, last time I dreamed about my house, there was something that ended up happening. I went out there and grabbed a few things out of the house before coming back to Tennessee, because this was like back when I was going back through. So if I'm dreaming about it, that means somebody's probably going to be doing or is doing something currently to the upgrade. And I don't think it's just in the house. I think there's also some more work doing on the outside of it, because there's zero scaping it. So I think they're going to pull the trees out, or probably already have. but it's kind of interesting. So I'm in the neighborhood with my friends and we're talking and we're getting ready, and I wanted to go somewhere, and they were like, no. And I'm like, um, while I was out there, I was like, I wanted to go into this candy shop and I couldn't go in there. And I'm thinking it's See's Candy because the way it was with the chocolates, and just, you can taste it and have samples in there. So I believe it's See's Candy. If you know the candy place, then you know. Okay, and it's a California company that eventually, went to Nevada and out to Colorado. And I can get it in Knoxville around Christmas. They'll be in the mall, but it's just easier to order it online and just have it shipped to the house. And it's not cheap, so it's expensive, just so you know, when it comes to chocolates. And so, anyways, I'm in the, I remember going into like the candy shop, getting a couple samples, and seeing my mom, and then she's like going into the store next to it, or two stores down. You know how it is with shopping strips, right? And I was like, no, I really need to go in here. She really wanted me. And I was like, no. And then I was like, okay, fine. And I get a phone call. And she's like, yeah, I'm in the car with her husband and her stepdaughters, and they're going somewhere. They're trying to get me to come. And I'm like, oh, I'm over here and getting ready to go do this with another friend and whatever. So I get back to the house. I'm like, listen, my mom wants to do this and that. And I'm trying to leave to go. We're outside, and I was going to get in the car. And I'm with like the friend that helped me move or drove me from Tennessee to Colorado. I'm with my friend there with his girlfriend. And then they didn't like the fact that I wanted to go see my mom. And, and I was like, I'm just going to, come with me to drive to the house. And it's funny because this particular friend was with me. And when I was moving my stuff back to from Colorado to Tennessee, and we stopped at my mom's house on the way out, and I think I don't remember what it was, but it was something that I had to grab, and it was just easier just to grab it and then head on out the door to the and she didn't want me to bring come up there with the U-Haul. She didn't want me coming up there with the friends. She didn't want me, nothing like that. So, of course, when I said, oh, I'm getting ready to go there, he and this girlfriend gets out of my car and goes, no. And then they get in their car and leave. Like, okay, and yes, there are things that cars are representing. So since it's unlocked and you can get in and out and there's no trouble and the cars are running, that's a good sign. Cars and stuff means everything's going on its path and stuff. And the way I look at it, there's something, my mom and I has never had, a healthy relationship. And, we've tried. And we do very well far apart, but when we're near each other, things just fall apart. And I still think she still sees me as the person that I came into this world with this issues and health complications and everything else. And it's hard for her to see that I have grown up and I'm living my own life. And so I'm trying to see it from her point of view, but things have changed a lot in the medical field from the early 80s to even, in the 2000s into where we are today. And they're still finding, things, even though there's more health problems and more people with diseases and other issues like Down syndrome and different forms of autistic people. And I'm not like that. I'm just one of those people who apparently see numbers and letters backwards, and so I'm dyslexic. Very much so. And I'm also been born with a learning disability. But here's the thing, even though I had a learning disability and I was mainstream, and some things I was pretty advanced in and really on time for my age and stuff like that. So even when I went to college, I actually tested out of math for the field that I went to college for. Even though it was community college, it's still, because what I wanted to do was telecommunications, and the person I wanted to be taught from was teaching at the local community college. So it kind of worked out that way. Um, so, which saved me some money in the long run. Um, and so, I'm going through these things, and I'm wanting to go see my mom. So I eventually get in the vehicle and try to drive out to see my mom, and she's not even there. It's like, okay, all right, because I just went by myself and she wasn't there. And then I get a phone call and she's still in the car driving around with her husband and stepchildren from that marriage. So I was like, okay, so I just left. And so, back in my vehicle and went somewhere else. And, I called my other friend, and they're like, yeah, we're back in the neighborhood. So I went back met with them by the house that I used to own. It was just chilling in it like I still live there. And then I get asked in the dreams, like, so since you're over here and you're, been hanging out for a while, are you going to be moving back here? And it's really funny because my mom actually wanted me to for years to try, when I found out about my diagnosis that I have and what was going to, she's been trying to get me to move back out to Colorado, and I just won't. And a lot of it's because I had other health issues where that climate's not good for me. And it reminds me of the conversation I had with my grandmother, and she's, still living, my mom's mother. And she's, one of those things, she told me I'm selfish for not wanting to leave the elevation that I was told I needed to live in with other health issues to go back to Colorado, where I was told I was slowly killing myself due to the high altitude and everything else with other medical issues I had before I was diagnosed with the current one that I'm dealing with, that's shutting down both parts of my nervous system. So, so this is real life, people, with even in the dream world, okay? And, she called me basically selfish for not wanting to move back out there and let myself get worse quicker and die faster, is how I basically took that. And I was like, no, I'm not being selfish. I'm putting myself here, and I'm doing what I need to do to try to keep myself living longer and helping my organs and doing what I've got to do the best I can, since I can't do surgery, I can't take Tylenol, I can't do a lot of stuff that people probably take granted every day. So I was like, well, thanks. Right? And I know sometimes they say that it's they say with family can be really tough, but I wanted to share the story with you guys and tell you what was been going on with my dreams. And it's like, hey, yeah, this stuff's happening, and but the way I take that is because I'm in a vehicle, it's not fucking, sorry, my cuss word there, shutting down. It's not breaking apart. It's not like I'm driving in a hoopty. Okay, I'm in a fancy, nice car. That says a lot in your dreams, okay? That means to me that whatever I am doing, even though I'm trying, I take that I'm still trying to go back to a time where things was at one type of safe situation, maybe, or a comfort of some sort. I also hated while I was living in Colorado, but to drive in see myself that in my dream I was driving in a vehicle that had no problems, started when it was supposed to, had great gas miles, that kind of stuff. Those little situations in a dream says a lot. And what it says is that even though I'm trying to get back to something, I need to pay attention and be happy that there's still things that are working correctly, doing what it's supposed to do. Having the ability to, get from place to place without problems. And as much as I like to see the past, that even the past never says the same, and things keep on changing, and you just got to get, do what you need to do and continue moving on one step at a time, and be glad that stuff are still moving at a good flow, taking it with the way it's supposed to. And that even though you had these nice moments, to remember that you're on a path that's supposed to lead you to something better. And having a good working vehicle in my dream says, hey, pay attention to what's good now in the here in the moment, and quit trying to get to a time that you just can't change. So that's what I took from that dream. And it is kind of nice, though, that you can use certain things from your memory to help visualize things in the dream world. And and so I'm pretty much happy that I'm getting these messages like that I am getting. And my and that they're so strong, like as if I was really there, and that says a lot too. So just enjoy the sweet stuff every now and then, and be glad for the working things in your life, and the things that you can't change, just don't worry about it, and move on to the here and now, and do what you can when you can do it, because eventually, someday, somehow, you're gonna get something accomplished. And I get it. Even when you have ADD, it's hard to stay focused and get things done. I get it, but I'm glad that I'm still able to do what I can do with everything going on. But I hope you guys have a good day, and next time I have a dream, I'll let you guys know. All right. And until then, enjoy life, and don't sweat the big stuff. Just, be in there, be patient. All right. Until next time. Bye.